In this session, we'll discuss about the major pollutants of air pollution. So when it comes to the air pollution, there are few major pollutants that create huge impact to this atmosphere and also creates and has a huge impact on human life and other living organisms and also properties. So there are like so many pollutants that are present, but the thing is like only the we are going to see about the five major pollutants that are present. So the first will be the carbon monoxide. So how is this carbon monoxide produced? So these are actually produced by burning organic materials such as coal, wood, gas, trash, and other stuffs. So mostly when you go with this thermal power plant and other burning of woods due to the natural disasters such as forest fire, we actually used to get these carbon monoxide. And most of the carbon monoxide source, that is the major source of carbon monoxide, is the automobiles. Because like nowadays, being in Chennai, most of you people might know how what is the amount of vehicles that are moving to and fro. So once the movement of vehicle is increased, that means like the amount of fuel burning is also getting increased, and we can find so much of pollutants that are being released into this atmosphere. So automobiles is the major source. Whatever the gases that is related released into this atmosphere, automobiles is the major source compared to other stuffs. Because like most of the vehicle pollutants are like the most of the pollution in our air atmosphere is actually caused due to this movement of vehicles, and there are different scenarios also, but the major source is air pollution, the movement of vehicles. And the other source which we used to which I like to mention is like the cigarette. That is what which is mentioned over here. Cigarette is also one of the major source. So we know that like if you have intake cigarette, then you'll actually like get cancer and other stuff, because this reduces the oxygen in your blood, and also like these create some sort of an issues to your lungs. So whatever the pollutants it is, when it is intaken by a human being, then if it is intaken at a higher amount, then it creates some issues. If we take it at a very lesser level, then the impact will be bit less, but it doesn't mean like we don't have any impact of these of intaking all these pollutants. So once this carbon monoxide, once this mingles with the oxygen that is present in this air, it creates CO2. So because of this CO2, we actually get few issues with inside our body, because let us say when we are actually like intaking CO2, what happens? We actually like need oxygen. We don't need carbon dioxide. Nowadays, most of them are trying, most of the vehicles and other stuff with the development of this technology, like all the vehicles and other stuffs are actually following this EPA standards. There are like some standards that are being in practice, but still like the volume of this carbon monoxide present in air is very high. If you go with the sulfur dioxide, this is also the same. It is actually produced, the most of the volume of sulfur dioxide that is present in the air is produced by the movement of vehicles. And once sulfur dioxide mingles with oxygen and water molecules that are present in this atmosphere, it creates sulfuric acid, so which might result in acid rain. In London, there was a sea coal thing, burning of sea coal was actually present, and in 1306 they actually banned it. They banned the burning of sea coal. And in 1952, like around 4,000 people died in 4 weeks because of the sulfur components in smog. Okay, when we actually intake it, it destroys, it creates some issues to our lung issues. That's what, whatever the pollutants that we intake, it will create the an issue to our respiratory systems. And when it comes to sulfur dioxide, like major uh, source will be like both automobiles and also like some power plants. Thermal power plants is also one of the major source for sulfur dioxide. And when you go with this nitrogen dioxide, this is also like you can say automobiles is the major source. You can see here automobile is the main source for nitrogen dioxide. And these are produced by burning of fossil fuels. And nitrogen dioxide, once they mix with the water molecules and oxygen that is present in this particular atmosphere, it creates nitric acid. So again, the acid rain concept comes into picture, which causes some issues to us. And the next thing is like nowadays, with the the introduction of new technological measures, the pollutants, that is the nitrogen dioxide that is actually released into the atmosphere, got reduced. But still, what happened is like the vehicle count started increasing. So, of course, because like previously, if you find there will be like only one house in a street which holds a car, but nowadays, like there will be only one house without a car. So that is the present scenario. So once the vehicle count started increasing, nowadays like the nitrogen oxides in the air also like started increasing. Even though we have introduced like new technologies to reduce the air pollution, to reduce the release of nitrogen oxides into the atmosphere. We have so many other engines like BS5, BS6 that are coming into picture. Each and everything has different technology improvements, but still like with the increase in count, we are facing few issues. And hydrocarbons. So these are caused due to the incomplete burning of fuel supplies, which is then combination of hydrogen and carbon. So major source is automobiles, but some from industry also contribute. So how does automobiles contribute to this? So we have a stuff. So let us take one particular example. So one person is actually moving from Vellore to Chennai. Let us assume. Okay, so in case if he is driving his car at a speed of 80 kilometer, his vehicle will give some mileage approximately around 20 kilometer. Let us say a car, an average of 20 kilometer mileage will be obtained. But if he is driving the same car at an speed of 150, his car will be like giving a mileage of around 15 or 14 kilometers. At an average, it will be 15 kilometers. The distance that he is traveling is the same. The time varies, but the same time, like what happens is the fuels that are actually being released into this atmosphere, it gets wasted. The burning of fuel is getting wasted, and as an output, the fuel will be lost into the air. And because of the fuels that is lost into the air, these hydrocarbons come into picture. So for this also like the improvements in engines in today's world with the technological improvement, these also come like started improving, but still we have few issues also. And the last is our particulate matters. So particulate matter, these are all like small solids or liquid substances that are present in this particular atmosphere. It doesn't has to be like only this particular pollutants or something. Whatever the thing it is, whatever the pollutants that are actually released into this particular atmosphere. So due to forest fire, we get some sort of ash and other stuffs that are released into the atmosphere. Due to car movements, we we get dust and also like few pollutants that are released. Being an civil engineer, you know what will happen when you are actually like laying roads and constructing buildings and demolition of buildings. So during demolition of buildings, you'll release so many pollutants into this atmosphere, and natural disasters also, volcanic eruption, forest fire, landslides, earthquake, whatever it is, it causes some damage and it releases the particles. There is minor small particles that will be released into this, that will be actually mixed with this atmosphere. And even like when you are traveling, you will actually like if you don't wear glasses or if you don't close your eyes, close the helmet with the glasses, you will actually feel that there are like few dust particles that are entering into inside your eyes. So those are also like particulate matters. So when you actually like intake all these things, they actually create damage to your respiratory organs. So some of these particles are also called as carcinogens. So explore and find what is a carcinogen. It's very easy. You can actually Google what is carcinogen and you can find it. And you have to like give it what it is. So the people who are affected by this a lot is miners and also like people from different chemical industries and mostly from industries and also like the traffic police guys, because they will be like standing in the traffic and movement of vehicles will be there, so that is why like you can find a few traffic police wearing mask even before COVID also. And the last is the like how we can say what is the size of this particulate matter. So based on the size, so like 1 micrometer. So based on the size, we will say if it is less than 1 microns, then it becomes particulate matter 1. If it is less than 2.5 microns, then it becomes particulate matter 2.5. If it is less than or equal to like 10, then it becomes particulate matter 10. So based on the size only, they define this particulate matter 1, 2.5, and 10. So mostly like the researchers will be focusing on particulate matter 2.5 and 10. And this is one example which I wanted to show you. This was a research work carried out by Pandya and this team in 2020. So in the left hand side, you can see one particular image that is taken on April 2019. That is during our normal stuff. And in the right hand side, you can find after lockdown, post lockdown. This is in April 2020. And this is the map representation of NO2 emissions, the representation of NO2 emissions. You can see only in these locations, that is like power plants, maybe thermal or nuclear, I guess. And in near Chennai also you can find one, because like in Kalpakkam there is one nuclear power plant. And here also there are like some industries or power plants which are present, but on a whole you can see there is a huge variation. In Tamil Nadu, like you can't find any Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Karnataka other than this location of these power plants and few industries. You can't find any pollutants in any location. But when you come to your left hand side, you can find all over India how it is distributed. So this is a small comparison of this NO2 emission before COVID and after COVID. So this is how the pollutants come into picture when you are actually like analyzing this air pollutants. So just see the impact of this. Mostly like NO2 is released due to this movement of vehicles, and you can see what is the distribution of NO2 in our particular world. So this is how you have to have a comparison before COVID and after COVID, how it actually moves.